Alright, today we're going to talk about the history of Christmas trees. Evergreens have been used in celebrations for thousands of years, oftentimes associated with winter solstice because the evergreen leaves, or the dark green leaves, reminded people of the spring that was to come. But likely Christmas trees started out in Germany as paradise trees. Christmas trees started out as paradise trees in Germany, and these were trees made of wooden frames, and people acted out Bible stories in front of them around Christmas time, and the paradise tree itself was meant to be symbolic of the tree in the Garden of Eden. These trees were used in churches for plays, not in people's homes. The paradise trees were also frequently decorated with apples. In Germany and Poland, when they first started using trees in the house, they would just hang some branches, typically from the ceiling. The first actual Christmas trees as live trees were used in the 1400s or 1500s in either Latvia or Estonia, depending on which tradition is actually more correct. But these were actually decorated in town squares, not in people's homes once again. In the 1500s, people did decorate trees in town squares, typically with pretzels and apples and other things like that, even paper flowers. It's believed that the first person to bring a Christmas tree into the house was Martin Luther. The story goes that as he was walking through the forest one night, he looked between the pine needles and saw some stars that made him think of the Star of Bethlehem, so he chopped the tree down and put it in his home. Again, these trees were often decorated with fruits and nuts and things like that, but people started putting candles on them, and this became problematic because sometimes the tree would catch on fire and burn somebody's house down. Early trees also often featured nativity scenes or sets on the bottom. Typically this was to cover up either the roots of the tree or the bucket the tree was planted in, but this allowed, of course, people to think about the nativity while they looked at the tree. Eventually people began to put baby Jesus on the top of the tree, and that was later replaced with the star that we have on the tops of trees today. It seems that Christmas trees didn't make it into the UK or to the English-speaking world until the 1790s. King George III had married Queen Charlotte of Germany, and so she brought the tradition from Germany to England with her. Rich people began decorating with trees, but many poor people didn't, and when Charles Dickens wrote The Christmas Carol, he doesn't even mention Christmas trees in that, and he wrote that in the 1840s. In the 1870s, people started making glass and lead ornaments to replace fruits and nuts and apples. And tinsel began being put on trees in the 1870s as well. Tinsel was meant to look like icicles. In the 1880s, Edison helped begin the development of Christmas tree lights. In 1917, they began to put lights on long strings and paint them different colors. And it's believed that red ornament balls are meant to look like the apples used in the earliest trees.